Hey y'all, just waiting for the ladies. I feel like I'm always on time and everybody else is like, hair, makeup, nails. I really hate how Instagram doesn't allow you to have like music playing. That's so annoying. Why is that? Ladies, don't forget to hit the app button to be added. Okay. Oh, okay, I see you. I see you, babe. Adding you now. Y'all tell me if you can see my socks because the fuck? We're not doing that. Hi,
Hey,
gorgeous. Oh,
how are you?
good. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so happy. You're like the first one on, so I love it. I love it.
Thank
um,
you.
yes. So we have had people like joining already. It seems like people are excited about the conversation. So
Uh-huh.
I know we're waiting on Alpha. And then unfortunately, you guys, Miss Maisha is not going to be joining us on the panel tonight. She had a few other things she had to take care of. We know how it is as women. It's hard to do everything, and we try to do it all. So we'll have her on another time. But since you are here, beautiful, do you mind just going ahead with your introduction to let the people get to know you?
Sure. So my name is Teresa. I am the owner of Love More Holistic Health. We specialize in natural health and natural beauty. All of our products are vegan or cruelty free. And I do have a queen
Yes.
name. My queen name is Cash. Everybody knows me as Cash in California. Um, and it just kind of
Now you know I'm
goes
gonna
with
ask why.
my last name is Bills.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Bills. Okay, I'm
Uh-huh.
obsessed. I'm obsessed. Not Bills. So your nickname became Cash because of your last name, and you just kind of owned it. Because I see you, girl. You have clients all the time. Like that's insane to be posting all that. That's
Thank you.
crazy.
Thank
And
you.
I mean, honestly, I think you are such an inspiration to women who are in the cosmetic field. But I think for me, what also was interesting was like, what made you want to do it on a holistic path? Like, did you struggle with things using different products, or was it just something that you were passionate about?
So actually what happened was I was in the medical field for like 17 years,
Oh,
right?
what?
Not trying to age myself, but I was in the field for like 17 years and my mom ended up having a tumor on her brain. And
Oh my
so
goodness.
It was on her pituitary gland. She got it removed one time. The tumor came back. They put her on chemo for like a couple of days, and she is from Haiti. So she told me she had certain fruits and herbs that she wanted me to go and get for her, to start helping treating her holistically. And so I did, and it worked. And she made 70 years old last week.
What? The
Yeah,
proof.
so it worked, and so from then I ended up getting laid off from my job. I was working at a clinical research lab as a research assistant. I got laid off, and I just started making natural teas and juices
Ooh.
and taking it to different stores and selling it to different stores and different restaurants and food trucks. And then I decided I wanted to add some services to my business
Yeah.
too. So I started adding services and products, but I just wanted to keep everything natural.
Wow. It's kind of like just hearing your story. It's such an evolution from you just caring for your own mother to then you wanting to spread that knowledge to other people. I think also, I mean, I hate to say it, but in our community, especially as Black women, we kind of get looked over when we do have health situations or we do have health scares. So it's just cool to know that someone like you is like putting the information forefront and we don't have to go searching and finding it. Are you still doing the juices? Is what I want to know.
I am, and the juices are going to be back.
Yes.
They'll be back next weekend, so everybody tap in to get your wellness shots.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, I will
Also,
definitely be
I
taking it.
know as a Black woman that beauty is really important to us. Like
Yes.
that's something that we really concentrate on, how we look, how our hair looks, how our makeup looks, how our body looks, and all of that.
Yes.
And I wanted to be able to give people natural options to still, you can still meet the beauty standards by using things that are good for your body, inside and outside of your body.
Definitely. Like from you going from the inside and then how you're talking now about the outside, I see that you also do makeup and, lashes and things like that. So it kind of inspired you to get into that route of it?
Um, because I love beauty. I love beauty. I love glam. And I just wanted to show people that you can still wear makeup, you can still be beautiful and still do things holistically. If you just have to use vegan or cruelty-free makeup.
Right.
Um, and as far as lashes is concerned,
Elsa?
lashes have been kind of tedious, and
Okay.
so I usually just use strip lashes or cluster lashes on my clients. Um,
Yes.
and lashes is kind of too tedious of a service. I want the other girls to have opportunity to do that.
Hey, ladies.
Hey, Alpha.
Hey,
Hi,
guys.
beautiful.
Hey,
Alpha's in
guys.
the
Hey, Jamie. Hey,
building.
girl.
Hey.
How's it going?
We're just happy that you're here. So, of course, the beautiful Teresa was talking about her business and things that, kind of inspired her
Okay.
to get to where she is now. She also kind of brought us up to speed with how she went from helping her mom and then it kind of made her create a business helping other people with holistic health, which is
Oh,
amazing. Like,
that's really
this
awesome.
girl is like, you're superwoman. I'm just saying.
Right?
Thank
Okay,
you.
boss babe, doing all this boss stuff.
I'm a
Okay, I
mom.
see.
I'm a mom, an entrepreneur, an air cargo coordinator,
Okay.
Period.
a makeup artist. Like I'm
She's like,
everything.
make
Okay, so
sure
you're
you
like,
get it off.
you're the Jill of all trades. We always have that term,
Ooh.
Jack of all trades.
Yes,
I like to say you're the Jill of all
ma'am,
trades.
So,
So you just
for
do it all.
sure.
That's the thing, though. I feel like you just saying you're a mom. I feel like because I know a lot of girls that I'm working with and that are for like half my age but are parents, and
Mhm.
I feel like when you're a mom, you have this inner drive that's a little bit different because your kids are always going to be behind whatever
Yeah,
you do. So it's like, oh,
mm,
that's right. It
it's
ain't just
true.
me anymore. I got kids to feed. I got kids to support. I got children that are looking at what I do.
Right,
It's
and
right.
way different when you have
I
them.
want to set an example for my son.
Right,
I want to set a good example for him. I want him to know that if there's anything that he wants to do, if he has a passion for it, if he has a calling for it, if God gave him a gift, that he can just keep pushing forward, and
right,
he's
absolutely.
always going to be fulfilled. He's always going to be blessed.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally get that. I
You
don't have kids yet, but I do that with my goddaughter. Like my goddaughter is my best friend's child, and I just remember being like, okay, well, I've been babysitting you a lot. I might as well just make you my
You're
honorary
here.
daughter. If I don't have one, I can at least spoil you rotten. And
Right.
I even when I've been going live lately during all this stuff that's been going on with my life, it's been really chaotic. I still have to pay attention. Like, oh, that's right, her grandma might see this. and she might watch this at some point. So I kind of need to be aware of everything
Yeah.
that I'm doing because there's a child that's watching me now. Like every time I go home, she's like, "Are you famous yet? Are you famous yet?" No,
No,
don't
I
wish that
get
for
it.
just want me to
I
be successful,
get it.
Lana. I don't want to be famous yet. We need to have our privacy a little bit longer.
It's
I need
so
to.
like
So with
I
I'll be
that,
don't have
successful for you, but
because I seen you
oh, I know,
up there.
right?
I
right.
seen you up there, and I was like, that's not the platform that I would use to express myself. But at the same time, maybe some of your fans, they appreciate seeing the authentic version of you,
Well, yeah,
right?
the other way that I looked at it too is, I mean, I know people always say that that might not be the right platform, but we use social media all the time to post everything that's great in our lives. Rarely do I see people say, "Hey, I'm not okay. I'm not doing well. I'm going to show you guys when I'm not all right." I think it takes a lot of guts to show vulnerability on social media because we
Definitely,
don't do that. I
definitely.
remember at one point, like right after my dad passed, and he was still sick. No, sorry, he hadn't passed yet. He was still sick, and I was in Nashville and I was really depressed. And I posted that I was really depressed. And one of my close family friends was like, "Don't post that." I was like, "Well, when can I post it? Because I post all the time that I'm happy. Everybody sees all this happy stuff.
Right.
I need to be able to post when I don't feel okay." And he kept on saying, "Well, you shouldn't post." And I said, "Let me tell you something. If I did something to hurt myself in the next 24 hours and people checked my social media, would there be any indication to anyone that I wasn't okay?" And he went, "No, because you look happy." And I was like, "And that's the problem. That's
Mhm.
the problem. I can't always look happy for
Right.
everybody. I truly love being in a position where I can influence other people with my music and inspire other people with my music. But I think it's also important to stay true to myself and not fold for anyone and go, "Okay, you know what? This is going to be uncomfortable, but I'd rather people see it now than me have to go and 20, 50, 16, 75, 100 interviews having to
Right.
repeat the same stuff that I just put on my live." And then I can literally say, "Hey, you know what? I understand you didn't see all the stuff that I posted on my social media. Do me a favor, go to my Instagram, go to my archives, and just watch the videos for yourself. And then I don't have to explain myself again. Let's
And
go
I
to the
think,
next question, please."
something that I just want to let you both know, since we are going into this, that is the purpose of Queen's Rating. I started this nonprofit society because I wanted women to feel like they had support in areas where we normally don't have support. And
Right.
that's when it comes to our careers, our mental health, sometimes even our relationships, and just being able to express ourselves. We don't normally have that platform. So for you to be brave enough to be able to say, "I'm not okay and I do need assistance," that's where we come in. And that's why it's so important for me to have certain women on here that have a voice. They use their voice, but they also empower other women. So I just
Right.
want to thank you first off for even sharing that, with everyone here today.
Oh, no problem.
And we are all praying for you, for sure.
Oh,
And I
thank you. I appreciate that.
but also something else that you said, you mentioned, when you post, you want to be as vulnerable and honest as you can. And I think that is something that social media is missing today,
Hmm.
especially when it comes down to you saying, "If I can't post it now, when can I post it?" Because it's so honest, it's so true. And I do feel like sometimes social media is a history
Yeah.
timeline. Like, yes, it's our pictures, it's our memories and things like that, but it's showing you your history, your progression. So I don't see a problem with it personally. Now, it's I did want to ask you, because I know that you were upset with the support that you received, right? Like you didn't feel like you were getting the support that you needed.
Right. Absolutely.
I think as women, sometimes we expect other people to treat us how we would treat them.
Right.
And I think that's a very common misconception. So do you want to touch on that?
I mean, I can touch on a little bit. I think I've spent a lot of my life being very selfless instead of being selfish. My mom was a writer. She was very much in her own world a lot of the time. I'm not talking anything down on my mother at all. I loved her dearly, but she was very selfish, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to be that. So I overextend myself when it comes to being caring towards other people that I really like respect and care for. But I feel like I don't think that I'm expecting people to treat me the same way that I've treated them. I
Yeah.
think it's more of I'm a Southern girl. I'm from the DMV. I'm from DC. I was born in DC, but I was raised in the South. So for me, there's Southern values. When you have somebody pass away in the family, you usually go and bring them a whole bunch
Right.
of food and flowers, and you tell them, "Here, this is for you, so you don't have to cook for the next couple of weeks." If you get in a wreck, you immediately go and check on a person and say, hey, I hope you're okay. I'm praying for you. Glad nothing happened to you, that kind of thing. But it's the same thing for me as when it comes to me giving a certain amount of energy to somebody in a kind way and in a kind manner and in a respectful manner. I expect that kind mannerism to be reciprocated. I should not have to tell you what your home training is.
Yeah.
I should not. And if you can't do that and meet me halfway, then I don't really know what to say about it. I'll give you a perfect example. A close friend of mine, well, she was a close friend of mine. She's having a video shoot tomorrow. And I told her, oh, it's today. And I told her I would come, but I just got in a wreck and I can't make it. And she said, well, if you had told me sooner, I could have given you a ride. And if you wanted to be here, you would have been here, but that's fine. And I just didn't like her attitude. And I'm like, oh, okay. I just got in a
Right.
wreck. Here's the proof. What
That's
the
where
WTF?
my mind
And
went.
then I said, and yes, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. And then all she said was, I'm glad you're okay, with it in capital letters. And then she said goodbye. I don't want to associate with somebody like that I have to remind to check on me. I should not have to tell you and show you proof that I got in a wreck and wait for you to see the proof and me to check you for you to show that you actually care about whether I lived or not. That's no.
No, yeah.
And as soon as I saw that last message, I went, okay, well, all right, God, all right. I know who I won't be seeing when I get to the top. I know who I won't be inviting to go to the
Right.
Grammys with me at any
But
point.
you
I know
kind
who
of
I
have to
won't be
let
taking into
people
those
show you.
rooms
Like,
that I'm about to go into.
yeah.
It's so stupid. How can you not just ask somebody if they're okay? I have had two close friends of mine get in wrecks and immediately go to call them, go to text them. Oh my God, are you okay? What happened to you? Did you survive? Are you good?
Right.
What's the situation? Are you having a concussion? Can you see clearly? Are you all? Nobody has to remind me to do that. That's just basic manners.
It is.
And so I get annoyed when people can't do that. How can you not just display basic manners?
Right. And I wanted to like also get into our next topic, kind of talking about what you're saying, your experience with your friendships. Now, is it Teresa or Teresa? I want to say it right. Teresa, right?
It's supposed to be Teresa, but
Okay, okay.
everybody calls
Oh,
me
I like
Teresa,
Teresa.
so
No,
I
yeah,
just was like, I'm gonna just embrace it,
no, we gotta get
Okay.
your name right.
Look,
Oh,
Either
wait.
I have to
way,
do the same
just
thing.
don't call me
Look,
Tanisha, okay?
I have to do the same thing, Teresa, because like my close friends call me Ami, but everybody else calls me Alpha.
Yeah,
I have to get used to having two different
yeah,
names now. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
that's right. You
When I
you
had like
know
a
me from my
stage
social
name
media. My bad.
when I had a stage name that wasn't my name, I had to get used to it too. And I'm like, you know what? It's Katie O'Gell. It's Katie O'Gell everywhere. Like, it's too many
Right,
nicknames and stuff.
right.
Right.
But I don't want you to forget, Alpha. We need your queen name. Teresa has already given us hers, and I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna let you say it, Teresa.
My queen name is Cash.
Oh, I'm gonna use the same one that I've always loved. I'm gonna use Mahogany, like after the
Okay.
Diana Ross movie.
Yes, girl, you better. Okay, okay. So, what does that name mean to you?
Just class personified. I mean, she was
Ooh,
so classy. She starts
yes,
her way from the bottom. She's doing like work with Billy D. Williams. I think it's Billy D. And then all of a sudden she becomes this model and gets exposed to this high lifestyle. And
right.
she's a black woman, mind you, that becomes a model and has this whole experience. Hell yeah, I
You're
totally want to be like Mahogany.
like, yeah,
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to be like Diana Ross? Hello.
right.
Okay.
And I feel like we never really had that many idols when it comes to people like Diana Ross.
No.
And, growing up, we maybe had one or two people to look up to that were our skin tone.
Yeah,
Now,
maybe.
I don't have kids either, but I do have nephews. I have four nephews. So they look up to me as well. And I just feel like I'm glad they have certain role models, but I think our generation kind of stepped up to be the role models. We're
Yeah.
going to be what we want our kids to see, our family to see, things like that. So I
Right.
love it. But, I wanted to touch on the friendship topic. So, have you, either of you, ever experienced a relationship where you met someone, a different female, and you're thinking that this person is coming to you open arms, you're open armed, because it seems like both of you are very genuine, but then you realize that this person was either trying to take from you. It doesn't matter if it's like energy, business partners, relationships, talk down on you. And what are some things that you would say to other women to like prevent that, or like signs that you maybe should have noticed, like being very vulnerable and raw?
I mean, yeah, I definitely experienced it recently, but I'm gonna let Teresa go
Um,
first.
so yeah, I experienced it before, and The crazy thing about it is it was with a lady that moved here from my same city. We're both from California, so we got here, and she was here first, and she has money, right? So I came here with very little money and just a plan.
Right.
So, another one of my friends was hosting like a waxing class. So I was like, yeah, I'll be your model. And she called me last minute. She just taught me a body contouring class. And she called me last minute and was like, hey, can you be a model for the waxing class? It's just down the street. So I get there and I see, we'll call her, identify her as Woman
Okay.
X. I see Woman
Okay.
X there. And I'm like, wow, I didn't even know that she moved out here. And she was like, yeah, this is my spa, this, and that. And I was like, it's so strange because it feels really similar to my old spa in San Diego.
Right.
It's, I'm like,
See
okay.
that feeling, that inkling. It's like, hold up. We want to be supportive, but we can't help but notice.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't help but notice that this looks really similar to my spa in San Diego, but okay, And she's like, oh, I just
Right.
want you to, I'm just so glad that you're here. We have support from each other and all of this. And then she says, oh, well, I want you to take this little class and you can work here and you can be an apprentice here and all of this. And I was like, okay, well, at the time when I just moved here, I had a shop in Riverdale. So I was
Okay.
like, hey, I just rented a place in Riverdale. It has 5 rooms, a lobby, front office area, 3 bathrooms inside of it. So some of the rooms had bathrooms inside of it and stuff like that. But there, I didn't have the time to apprentice at her shop, right?
Right.
Because I needed to work on my own business. And
Right.
when I didn't want to be her apprentice, then that's when things started getting weird. Like I would notice any service I add to my business, she would quickly turn around and add that to her business. But then
What?
she still wanted, yeah. But then she would
Okay.
reach out and be like, "Hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Let's do lunch and just, sit down and talk." And then I would look again and I was a part of her email chat because her email group because I had took that little course with her. So I
Right.
would look again and I'll see, okay, now that she's starting to offer vaginal rejuvenation, which is strange because you just asked me how I got into that and I told you I would teach you if that's what you wanted to do. You're not my you're not my
Right.
competition, you know? And then the next thing I was like, okay, now here she goes. She's rolling out foot detox. Now she's rolling out back facials. She's rolling out derriere facials. She's rolling out facials with rose mask. And I'm like,
So
this
she's
is getting
taking your
right.
whole
But
shine.
it's like
She's taking all
She
she's
these.
just
trying to jump into your lane and like using what she's learned from you, but trying to pass it off as her own
right.
idea. No.
It's and still watching me and asking me, oh, like I just can't wait until we can go to lunch. And long story short, I thought about having a conversation with her. It wasn't going to be positive,
Yeah.
so
I love how she's so
I just
positive still though.
right.
It wasn't gonna be positive.
It wasn't going to be positive. So I was like, you know what? The best thing for me to do is just cut her off completely.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I cut her off. I blocked her. I blocked all her little because she had like a bunch of different
Yeah.
pages. Like she was one of those people that had 4 or 5 Instagram pages, 3 TikToks, a couple different Facebook
It's
pages and
giving lurker
Facebook groups.
though. Her energy is giving lurker stalker.
Yep.
Like I would have been almost afraid to be around her because she is definitely an energy vampire, first off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's almost so scary because when you are a genuine person and you go into friendships wanting to have that energy reciprocated, and then you find out, oh wow, this person has this whole time has really just been trying to become me and take
All of
seeds
the
from me.
facts.
oh yeah,
Preach.
and it was so weird
Preach.
because I was feeling like, oh well, I finally have somebody here
Right.
because my family that I have in Atlanta, I did not grow up with them, so I'm building my relationships with them now. I finally have somebody here from home. I'm 2,000 miles away and they know me and they know me and they know what
Right.
I do.
Yes. And it's like because you know them from home type of thing, you always give them like the 20 extra points.
Right.
Because it's like automatically, like I'm
Yep.
from Louisiana. So when I meet people from Louisiana, I'm automatically like, I love you, because I know it's hard. We're here by ourselves. You know, most of us didn't move out here with our family. We don't have friends and cousins and all that stuff. I have 2 family members out here, you
Mm.
know, and we're all doing our own thing,
Same.
but we are close. So it's hard. So you want to show that genuine love and to find out that someone is trying to be a snake behind your back. But I think it's so important for women and even younger girls these days that are experiencing this, maybe in high school and college. For me, I am very religious. So I feel like, and I'm very spiritual, I would say. I feel like God always makes sure what you have done shines. It's
Yep.
never going to be like, oh, Teresa didn't do it first, because God
Yep.
already seen it. The dates match. Anybody can
Let me
go
go and
back.
grab my bottle of water. I'll be right back.
Right. Okay, go ahead. It's like the dates show you've been doing this since, let's say, like you've been doing this since '02. Girl, you just started this in 2012. Like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's never going to be a question of who did what first. And I think you always get your blessings in the end, you know, and sometimes those people have the craziest downfall. Like, what before I go into my scenario, what ended up, how did it play out besides you blocking her? Which I'm glad you said you blocked and not just cut her off, you know?
Yeah. I don't know how it played out because she still has her business. I blocked it so I don't get to see it,
Yeah,
and I don't care what she does. I never cared what she did.
right.
I always was a cheerleader for her or any other woman that is trying to get into the industry. Listen, it's enough money out here for
Yes.
all of us.
Hello.
And
Period.
everybody has their different touch and their different style and their different skill
Yes.
level. So I just feel like it wasn't anything that she needed to steal from me. She could have just asked me and told me her vision and told me how she wanted to go about it, and I could have taught her that,
Exactly.
you know.
But do you feel like, when did you decide you were going to block her? Was it just the uncomfort, going to see her shop, the email chat like chain, or was it
I
like something else?
decided to block her when I had seen that she was offering foot detox, which is something that I did for her because she said she was having some issues with her health. So that was something that I did for her and something that I taught her about. And then she said, okay, well, I'm offering foot detox. Well, I took her class. I did not need to take her class, you know, but I took her class to support and so that I can give a little review on her course or whatever. You could have took my class on, you know, my training on foot detox. You could
Right.
have, but you chose not to, and you chose to just, you know, take it and do it. But not just that, but you know that you just posted that. You're offering that, and you just sent out an email blast that you're offering that, and now you call me and tell me I'm ready to go to lunch with you. Like, I can't wait till we go to lunch.
Mm-mm. No, no.
Uh-uh.
What do you want to know at lunch? You know, you want to know how to
I don't
learn
like
teeth
that.
whitening just because I know how? Girl, pie.
No. I don't
No.
like
No,
that.
you
I
just
don't like that
no.
vibe.
But the thing is, you only called me for lunch so I could kind of be distracted, so I couldn't see what was. You know, how am I going to be looking online if I'm on the phone at the same time?
Mm.
Exactly.
No, I don't like
Ooh, so what about
that.
you? What about you, Alpha? Like, have you
I mean,
experienced
that
that?
the
I
girl
know
that
you
I
told
just
me.
mentioned, the girl that I just mentioned, I
Yeah.
mean, she was giving me different signs that were kind of weird. When we went to the Amy Luciani video shoot, first thing she said was, "Oh my gosh, she's late, and I'm never gonna do this again." And I was like, "It's her video
Right,
shoot. She can be a couple hours late.
girl.
She's
And I
probably
love
doing
Amy,
makeup.
by the way.
She's
I
say what?
love Amy, by the way. I was on
I
Love
do
and Hip
too. She's
Hop with her.
fabulous. Sweetest girl ever. So there were a couple things that she did that kind of were like mad shady, right? So okay, the first one was we were talking about strategy and how we were going to go about the video shoot. I said, well, I just plan to network with her, enjoy the video shoot, have a good time, and just mention that I do music on the side and that I want to collab with her. That's all I'm going to do. That's it. Then Trissy had all her flyers. I'm just gonna say her name because, well, why am I protecting somebody? She had her flyers with her, and I was like, I'm not going to pass out flyers because this isn't my event. This is somebody else's thing. So that might come across as sort of like clout chasing.
Yeah.
And so I told her, I was like, I'm just gonna tell her that I have my blog too, and I'll do a little write up on the video shoot. So that's how I'm gonna do my stuff. And Trissy looks at me and she looks at her best friend Synergy at the time, and she's like, well, you can either do it the way that Alpha does it, or you can do it the way that I do it. It just depends on what you want to do. And
Whoa, what?
the way she said it was like, oh, okay, weird. So then Amy shows up. She walks up to me and she's like, hi. And I say hi to her and she's like, oh my gosh, it's you. You're the
Oh
singer.
my
Let me tell you something, girl. This
gosh.
is Amy saying this to me. You're the singer. Listen, the other night, me and my girlfriend, we was smoking and we just kept on watching your videos of you singing back to back to back. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
you were watching my stuff? She's like, yeah, you're the singer. And so that's why I said, you can just call me the
Oh.
singer on my profile. Because I was like, oh my God, she knows who I am.
But
I
that's
got
a
my little blog
blessing. It's
talk.
like the universe kind of shaded your friend low key
Oh
when
my
that happened.
God, yo, hello,
Like,
look. The universe is like, oh no, it gets better. It gets better. So then, me and Amy have our little pleasantries. I meet Amy's sister. I'm enjoying the time with the video shoot. We go to a couple different locations, and Trissy's ready to go. I had a blast. I'm all
yeah.
excited. I'm on cloud nine. I get Amy's number. I didn't even think I was going to get her number, but I get her sister's information, and she said she's going to pass it on to Amy. I say, that's fine, whatever. I do my little blog write up. Amy Luciani reshares it. I do my little picture post with me and her sitting together at the video shoot. She likes it. I
Fire.
see that she likes some of my actual videos of me singing, so she wasn't lying. And then I go on about my business. My birthday comes around. Amy's going to Red Martini around the same night of my birthday party. So we go to this little ritzy event. Me and Rob, my former hairstylist, we go to this event, and I tell him like, look, when my girls show up, because they know me from a whole different lifestyle, because like you said, you're from California. I lived out in LA. So a lot of them I know in Atlanta know me from when I was living in LA and Santa Monica and out
Mm-hmm.
there when I had my accident with my leg, all that stuff. So I'm like, cool, we're gonna go to this little place that's really ritzy, and I don't want anybody to worry about the tab, because I swear to God, as soon as Naomi shows up, she's gonna walk in here looking like a top model, and then if I try to pay the bills, she's gonna get mad at me. Just watch. Sure enough, she comes up. She's looking like Naomi Campbell. I'm like the only bitch in here that looks like Naomi Campbell. Why don't you walk over here? I'm just bragging about my friends. Amina comes too, and we share a name. She's Nigerian, and she's one of my homegirls too from the past. She's decided to start using her actual accent because the whole time she's been living in Atlanta, she's been dumbing down her Nigerian accent. So it's coming out in full force. She's over here sitting next to me on the left. Rob's sitting right next to me. Naomi walks up. She gets caviar. She gets Chardonnay. We're all hanging out, just having a blast. And the bill comes around, and I go to try and reach for the bill, and she smacks my hand away and she goes, no, what are you doing? It's your birthday. I'm treating you. We go to Red Martini. She gets us a little section. She gets us a couple bottles. Amina and everybody are watching my alcohol intake because, like I said, I'm not trying to get drunk or do anything
Right.
stupid. Amy Luciani shows up. And as soon as I walk up to her, she goes, y'all coming to my section? Good, you're coming to my section? Sure enough, what do I do on my birthday? I spend it in Amy Luciani's section, partying in with her, bringing in the freaking
I
birthday
love
with
it.
her after all this time. Then New Year's comes around. I see her again, and she's like, look, I can't get into much detail, but after February, like when February hits, we can do something music-wise. We can collab. But I've been talking to her consistently about, I just want to collab with you. I just want to collab with you. Just want to collab with you. So I did it the right way, personally.
Right.
I think I did it the right way. But Tristy, she would say things that would piss me off, talking about, well, who is Amy Luciani? She's not an A-lister. She's on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She's known more than we're known.
But her
I don't have that kind
your
of
friend's
clout. I
mindset was
don't.
almost like a lack mindset. It's like instead of thinking of it as an opportunity to network with someone who's also doing their thing and
Yep,
connecting, she
yep,
was like, oh, I don't feel like this person is good enough. And
yep.
that's how you lose opportunities. At the
She
end of
did
the
that
day,
with she did that with Amy Luciani. She did that with Lyrica Anderson. I'm going, her mother is Lyrica Garrett. She has sung with legends. Lyrica Anderson wrote songs for Beyonce
right.
and Justin Bieber. Do you not know who these people are? How do you not know who these people are? Well, I mean, I'm just saying, they're not known out of Atlanta. I'm like, Lyrica Anderson was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Trissy.
Right.
She started off on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood and then came here to Atlanta to further her music career. She's not somebody you mess with. Why would you act like you have to be in this room with A-listers? And by the way, who are you? Because I'm not known like that yet. I would only wish I could collab with people like
Yeah.
that have written for Beyonce and Justin Bieber and some of the biggest names in Hollywood. Money Long, she wrote for Selena Gomez. She
Right.
wrote for Justin Bieber. She's written for people. She was behind the scenes before she had Time Machine and Hours
Right.
and Made for Me even come out.
This is
Brian
fact.
Michael Cox, who she's worked with,
Shout out
he
Money
worked with
Long.
Aaliyah. He did songs for Aaliyah. What are you talking
Right.
about, Tristy? You got to stop saying this is the A-lister versus the B-lister versus the C-lister, because at the end of the day, they're all listing somewhere on that alphabet, and you're not on it.
Ooh, wait a minute. Somebody put that in the chat. You're
I'm
not on
just
it. They're
saying.
listed
I'm
somewhere in
just
the
saying.
alphabet and you are not on it.
You're not
Okay.
on that list. They're not on the
Seriously.
list. So but when she did that, I thought, yeah, remind me when I blow up, I don't want this girl around me. When I go into certain places, I'm not gonna let her be there. She can
Yeah,
come
and
to
I
my
think
shows and I'll send her tickets to my
right.
shows and she can have a little VIP access,
Well, be
but she will
careful
never have
with that
access
too,
to my
because
roster.
Evil Eye exists, and it's like if this person is already not a fan of people who they don't know who are making
They
it.
don't know.
Imagine her
They don't do their
coming to your
research.
show.
Hello.
You got to be careful with those. And I think Teresa can even agree. Like, it does matter who you have around you, even
It
though
does.
it's about us and people normally connect with us or see us for our business. The people around you, how they're acting, what they're doing, even when it comes down to having a man around you. Like, I dated guys
Yep.
who honestly made me look kind of bad at certain shows that I had to be like, you can't come to the next show. Like, you act crazy. It's how you
Yep.
act. Like, you know what I mean? And I think
Yep.
that people
Or
don't realize it's your whole.
and it's not even like you can't come around me, right? It's more like you can't come around me when I'm in these certain circles. There's certain rooms I'm just not gonna let you come into.
Yes.
Like don't get twisted. I love me some
I
Carisha
feel
the Diva.
like
I love
feel
Carisha.
like
I'm like let me just say this real quick. I love
okay.
Carisha the Diva. I really do. I've done so many events with her. I truly really respect her for the
Now
doors
that's my
she's
girl
opened for
now.
me. But that
Okay.
is another person where it's like I love you dearly, but don't get mad if I don't invite you into every room that I go into so soon, because it's gonna happen really quickly. It's already happening. I'm not gonna say what's about to happen really soon. You just check my
No.
stories and you'll see like there's some big things on the way. But that's because of the energy I've put out towards other people
Right.
versus the energy that they're giving me. And so and I can hear my mom and my dad and having been like, no, this is good. You're gonna make your list of the people that are gonna go into rooms with you, and then you're gonna make the list of the people that are gonna be close proximity because you want to keep them close, but they're not going to be able to go everywhere with you
And
because they're
that's like a
they're
sad
not
truth.
providing any consistency in how they treat you or how they treat the people that you really admire and look up to.
Right.
And if you're not even going to do your research before you start insulting people,
Yeah.
oh my God,
How do you
that
feel
makes me the
about it,
most upset as an
Teresa? Like,
artist.
kind of what she was just saying, like, there's certain rooms that you're going to go into it with people, but you may not walk out with those same people. Do you agree with that
Yeah,
mindset?
yeah. I mean, I do.
Well, I'm trying to ask Teresa, but she's frozen. I
Oh,
think.
am I frozen?
Okay,
No, you're
there you are. There you
not
are.
frozen.
Oh. So for me, you guys, so 2024 I brought in by myself. I was in Puerto Rico, and for me I was just on the beach journaling
Okay.
on New Year's Day.
Okay, Miss Jade. All
And
right, go ahead and
thank
stun on it one
Right.
time. Okay. Oh,
In Puerto
I
Rico.
was just journaling on the beach in Puerto Rico, living my most
and
fabulous life,
I
not
just
caring about
decided that
anything.
those friendships that are like that, I'm not protecting anymore.
Ooh.
Like moving forward, like friendships like that, I'm not protecting those friendships. I'm not
Yes,
using my energy to defend those people. I'm not
yes.
finding the time to make room for those people
Hello.
to give them a little bit of time because they want to see me. They haven't seen me for
A whole
forever. Like
word.
if
We're not protecting them.
Hello.
if
A whole,
you're gonna
whole
if I'm
word.
gonna grow, then some leaves have to die and they have to fall
Yep.
off in order for me to
Yep. Hello.
grow. And because I plan on growing more, those people that I can't take certain places or I can't tell certain things or I can't trust and I don't know what to expect from their behavior, those people I can't deal with them anymore.
Yeah.
How you said the people that you don't know what to expect from, it's like the sporadic behavior. It's like it's too much. People don't want to be going on a roller coaster with you every single time they're
No.
connecting.
No.
It's like, do you have stability? Do you know what that is? Even with relationships too. And I know that men are going to be upset. about this next topic, but I'm bringing it to the table because we cannot go into this new year without talking about this and having it be done with. So we are going to talk about the 50-50. Okay. In our society, there has been a lot of talk about 50-50 with your partner. This has been an ongoing conversation for a very long time, but in my mind, I see it more so it's been focused and heavily focused on in the Black community. And
Yeah.
I feel like this perspective, like for me personally, well, I'm gonna actually answer after. Well, no, I'm gonna answer now. I feel like from my perspective personally with this situation, it's like if you love someone, then 50-50 shouldn't
Yep.
matter. I do think that we don't make the same, we're making more money than our parents made, but things cost way more. Our parents may have been married with two parent households, two cars, beautiful house, taking care of all their kids at 25, and they were stable. But now we do need, in my mind, we do need the support of our partner to be financially stable. But once it's you
Yeah.
and I locked in and we both are okay, I think we should have each other if something happens. If there's ever a downfall and I don't have it, I need to know that you have it. Like, I need to know that you are in it with me all the way around. And I don't even just see 50-50 as like a financial thing. It's also like obviously in the relationship. Like, for me, I want the energy reciprocated. So I know if I'm going to give you, just kind of giving you that perspective. Let's talk about Karen Huger. So Karen Huger and Ray have been married for over 40 years, right? So almost 40 years, I believe. So Ray had an incident where he lost money he owed back taxes. Karen had, I believe it was, I'm just gonna, it's either, yeah, I think it was, she has $5 million to her name. That's what she's worth. She had to give him $2.5 million, half of her money, and she did it. And then when she was asked on the show, like, why did you do it for your husband? Like, why did you give him half of your earnings? She said, because he did it for me.
Yep.
Even though it wasn't that large amount, whenever we were younger, it was over time, obviously, that he invested in her. But because he invested in her, she had him later. And I think that's partnership. So what is you guys' perspective on that?
I'll be really quick. I totally agree with this whole mindset and mentality. But I feel like when it comes to 50-50, because, like I said, raised in the South, so I have this Southern girl mentality. I feel like it is based off of what you can provide
Okay.
financially. Now, if you're in a
Okay.
position where you can't meet your man 50-50 and he got to, pull some weight, whatever. But that giving him half her earnings, yeah, I would have totally done that. And who's to say when he gets back on his feet, he's not going to double that or put a little stipend
Right.
on it. Like, oh wait, you know what? You gave me 2.5, but I'm gonna give you 3.5 just because you held
Right.
me down when you were supposed to. That I still have them Southern values. So 50-50 has never bothered me.
Yeah.
It's never bothered me. It's just
So you
dependent
feel
on
like,
where you're at financially. But if a man knows that you ain't got it and he's still asking you to do 50-50, then that's not fair. But if you have
mhm.
it and you can do it without like losing your financial security, cushion there, I would totally do it.
And you just
So I
kind of touched, ooh, you hit a nerve with that one, because I feel like, especially for us, like we have our own something as three women. Okay, so sometimes when you meet men, it's immediately, oh hey, big money, like, whoa bro, like you don't know me like that, like calm
right.
down. And I think that is so unattractive. So that's like the end of the stick that I get why women would be like, no, I'm not going 50-50, like I can pull my own weight, but at the end of the day, if we are locked in a partnership, it's completely different for me.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Teresa?
Okay, so as far as what Karen Hooger did for her husband, I totally agree
Okay.
with that. They've been together all those years. I am glad that she was blessed to have that amount of money to help him out of
Right.
that tax situation
Hello.
because that's
That
serious.
part.
And he was
No,
always the breadwinner.
right. So that's serious.
I'll be right back.
I think,
Right back.
okay, I think right now I think when people are saying, 50-50 in the relationship has no true foundation. Because
Ooh.
50-50 in the relationship for what? Are we are
Yes.
we are we married? When are we getting married? Because
Girl.
are we married? When are we getting married? Is our life planned together forever? Are you even committed to this
And
relationship?
committed. And like, we
Because
always talk about marriage, but commitment doesn't always have to be marriage. Are you committed to the person? You know what I mean? You're just wanting that 50-50. I'm gonna say this about men too, because men always say women want 50-50 because they can't do it for themselves. No, I think it goes both ways. You can't do it for yourself, or the woman can't do it for themselves. But to come together or put it all on one person, no. Or to have an issue with it, I just feel like whew, it's a lot. This is a very touchy subject for
so,
me.
I've talked to a lot of men that have said, oh, well, I think it should be 50-50. 50-50 where? In your house or in my house? Because I am not about to leave where I live to go pay half the rent at somebody else's house. I could just pay my whole rent here and be in peace,
Exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
Um,
Hell yeah.
but now
I'm
as
not gonna.
far as if you, I feel like this, and I know I could be somewhat spoiled. I am a Navy brat, but I feel like this, like when men say, "Oh yeah, I always have to take you out," and you don't, and you never take me out. Okay, the settings are different. Like just because you took me out and I cooked some food for you doesn't mean that I didn't spend the same amount of money because I don't get food stamps. So this is food that I bought
No,
with
that
cash.
I'm so happy that you're actually talking about this topic, like going into this topic, because I think that's where it becomes a little confusing to me. I don't think this generation of men would have made it when you had to call the woman on the like telephone at the house and there was one phone and you had to pick her up and knock at her door, because I think I do feel like a lot of men these days want the same type of pamperment as a woman. And you're gonna be loved on. If you're my man, you're gonna be loved on, you're gonna be cooked for, you're gonna be treated, you're gonna be taken out. But it's not a game to me. It's not like, oh, I took you out here, I spent this amount of money, now you gotta do it the same way. Like, no, it should be different. Like you said, I may cook for you, but I bet when you walk through that door, you're gonna smell nothing but good food. I'm looking very sexy. Your
Right,
plate is made. You're
Hello,
comfy.
period. Period.
right,
Yeah.
right. And so I do that when I have somebody right now. It's not happening right now, but when I do have
I
somebody,
love
I
us.
do.
It's happening
I do
though.
do that. I make sure that
Same.
I'm sexy and I cook and I clean up and my hair is looking pretty. I might have some heels on when you get to the house. I'm always
Hello.
gonna look good when you go out. You
Right.
know, and I'm gonna pamper my man with not just like love, but also with like mental support,
Yes.
spiritual support. Um, just they might be in some pain. They might need a little massage or something. You never know. So
I definitely
I
agree.
know
I
that I'm
think,
a good woman,
yeah.
but the thing is, I'm not going to go back and forth with these men. And what flavors you are. I'm not going back and forth
I know
with
who you're talking
you
about.
Yep.
on whether we're going to pay 50-50 because I
Yep.
don't live with you.
You like,
Okay,
I'm
real
in the
quick.
car. Take a
Okay, real
check.
quick. Sorry, I hate to interject. My phone is still dying. I didn't get a chance to charge it up very
No.
much. It's at 9%. I really want to get into this whole Megan and Nikki beef before it's too late.
Okay. 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 So
All
I'm
right.
gonna do the. I'm gonna. I got you. I got you. Okay. So just last thing on that same subject, and then we're gonna go to Nikki and
Got
Meg. So drop in the chat, you guys, if you're watching, if you're ready. But let's talk about the confusion between submission in this society and love, because I do feel like a lot of men these days think, oh, I want a woman to submit. That means that she's gonna listen, shut up, clean, cook, whatever, and they think that that is love. And if a woman doesn't do that, then they don't really care about them. And I feel like that's the confusion. And I also feel like it goes another way. You might see an older couple, right? And they're very sweet and loving and
Right here.
enduring towards each other. But the men in our generation will then start to say, oh, you see how good of a woman she is? She's submitting to her man. She's submitting. But that's truly her just loving her man. So do you guys feel like there's ever a misconception when you're dating between submission and a man wanting you to submit, instead of just realizing that that comes with natural love? Because I don't think anybody's willing to submit to a man if he's leading you down the wrong way. Like, I'm
you.
not going there, you
I,
know?
I mean, I've honestly never had that issue.
I
Like I
have.
said,
You
Southern raised, Southern values. So if there's a man that's doing what he's supposed to do, then of course I'm going to be submissive towards that man. That's
Yeah,
just kind of how it is. But if you're trying to demand it of me, then it's a whole turn off, and I'm not even going to acknowledge it.
that part.
I won't acknowledge it because now you're just disrespectful, and
That part.
now I'm about to just get real DMV on you. I'm about to.
For
And
me,
what
I feel
about you?
like if I can tell that you are equipped to lead me, then yes, I'm going to be submissive. I'm going to be some version of soft anyways because I'm a woman and you're the man in the situation. So I'm always going to have some level of softness to me. Anyways, it's natural.
Right.
But to be
Yeah,
submissive to you, you got to show me that you can lead, and you got to show me that not only can you lead with getting things organized and having things prepared and all of that, but I need to know that mentally you have my best interest.
yeah.
Because I just can't be being submissive to somebody who doesn't have my best interest.
Bingo.
Yes. Then you're ruining my life. And I don't think I've ever dealt with it personally, but I know so many women who have, where they've had issues. I mean, I've dealt with a man maybe not liking how outspoken I am or how much of a boss I really am. I don't need to say everywhere I'm a female boss, yada yada yada. But I do take care of what I need to take care of for me. And I know I have a plan and I'm focused on that journey. So I just think it's so sad when men try to talk down on women who naturally want better for themselves and they don't see the value in her.
Yeah,
Sorry, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, I just feel like men need to start to see the value in women that do have, a perspective of their own. They know where they want to go. They know how they're going to get there. And it's nice to have an additional partner to help. And that
yes,
person will also drive you as well as your partner, in my
yes.
mind.
Agree.
So we're going to go into our hot topic, you guys. Let's get into this Nikki and Megan beef, you guys. Listen. Okay.
I got to. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I've been waiting so long.
Okay. I'm just gonna say my 2 cents, and then I'm gonna let you go, Alpha, and I'm gonna let you go, Teresa, to just go because we've been on for an hour, y'all. We're killing it, and we're already
Okay.
at over 300 views. So thanks, you guys who've been tapping in, tuning in.
Yes.
I'm gonna post this on YouTube. The full video will be available on YouTube, and I'm gonna put snippets of the ladies tonight, some of their best scenes. So watch out for that. Okay. So how are we feeling about this Nikki and Megan beef? Okay, I'm gonna actually let y'all answer first.
Let me go first because I'm gonna be
Okay.
quick.
Please.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know what Nikki and Meg are beefing about. I don't care what they're beefing about. I don't think it's real. I think that the industry does things to they got to get enough traffic to a person's
Yes.
name. And if they've invested so much money into these people and they're not bringing enough traffic, daily traffic, I feel like the industry Bye bye. I feel like the industry helps create this,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason that they're beefing, it has nothing to do with me. It does not pay my bills, and I hope the best for both of them. But I hope that they really make some more money off of this beef, and it
But
is
I
Yeah.
because Megan coming next with her music. Nikki just dropped.
Hello.
Megan just dropped. Everybody needs to hear Megan's stuff now because they want to see if she said something about Nikki. You see what I'm saying?
yes,
Yep.
and I agree with you on that. I want to just say one thing about what you just said because I actually agree with everything you just said. But I think it's actually really, I think it's sad. Okay, I think why do we
Oh
always have to
no!
put the
Don't tell me
females against
that,
each other?
Katie.
I'm
Don't
a
tell me
Cancer.
that. Don't tell me that it's bad.
I
Don't tell me
am
that.
sad because I love,
Don't tell me
now obviously
that.
I'm a Barb, day one Barb. I love
Darn it.
Nikki all day, all day. I don't even think she's wrong for addressing when she's gonna dress. I just
No.
feel as though the
No.
industry is constantly pitting and pitting and pitting and pitting and pitting. And it's like we can't rise together because they'd rather see one of us kick
No.
the other one off the mountain.
No. Damn it, Katie.
How do
Damn
you
it, Katie.
feel?
What?
Damn it, Katie. All right.
No,
I'm gonna break this
we need
down
your
with my
opinion
little
too.
6% on my phone. Here we go. We're
Come
going.
on,
Hold
come
on.
on
Let
with
me
it.
let me break this
Girl, put the
down real
phone on the
quick. Hold on.
charger.
Let me break this down and show y'all just how much of an anomaly I am. Since the beginning of rap time and hip hop days of y'all, we have been dealing with rap battles and rap beef since the beginning of time. If we do not recall, one of the best albums and one of the best diss tracks ever was by Tupac when he was totally going after Biggie. It was insane.
Yes.
Biggie did what
Hit him
he
up.
did, and Tupac retaliated. When we get to modern day times, we have what I like to call one of my favorite modern day rap beefs, which was Meek Mills and Drake. And Drake literally went and said, I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna stay quiet. And then what he do? He released one single,
Here,
and
Howard.
then another single, and then another single, and Meek Mills shut the fuck up. Nicki Minaj already has been going through it with Remy Ma, so we're not gonna remember Sheether, one of the most dope, proven. Like, if anybody had beef about Remy Ma, whether or not she could rap, let's just listen to Sheether, and then we'll just let her work do the talking. Not to mention that track she just did with Connie Diamond. Like, come on now.
Oh, I heard that. I
Slayed,
heard
slayed
that.
all day. And then we got, Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B. The whole reason why she's beefing with both of these bitches is because, and shout out to Meg, like, because her music right now, these singles she's releasing are so
They
cathartic
are.
and so raw and honest.
They
I
are.
love them. They are helping me get through a very difficult time because at the end of the day, I am still grieving the fact that my mom and dad are gone. Both of
Right.
them. Lost both my parents. Ain't got no kids. They're both gone. I'm not getting drunk, but I am drinking. See, my shit just got down to 5%. Okay, let me do this real quick. So we got Megan doing her songs, Cobra and his. These are to be cathartic. These are for her to get her shit off her chest,
Yes.
and this is what she got to do to get it off her chest. Then you got Nicki Minaj going back and forth with Megan because she thinks that Megan is lying about some of the facts that are going on with Tory Lanez and all this other stuff. Now here's the deal, and I thought about it from Nicki Minaj's perspective. If I was about to go on live and this girl was like, yes, hey, we about to do this song together. Let's turn up. Let's get lit. And Nikki's like, I'm pregnant. I can't drink on live. I can't drink because I'm pregnant. I ain't trying to lose my baby over a little turn up. I don't want to drive the boat, Megan. So as long as you don't do that or pressure me to do that on live, we'll be straight. But of course, Megan and her excitement, because she is drinking, because she's got her own way of doing things, she get on live with Nicki Minaj when they're doing their promo for that song. And yes, she does ask a couple times, let's turn up, let's get lit. Nicki still trying to conceal the fact that she's pregnant. No, pause, no, no.
Right.
Might have fake took a sip, but she probably didn't want to. That would have pissed me off if I was like, I just told you don't do that when we go on live. Second
Yeah.
thing, if I'm hold on, wait, second thing, like I said, I gotta charge my phone up and then I'm gonna get off of here because I'm about to get charged up. Because I'm gonna do a back-to-back freestyle to that Drake track, that back-to-back track, because
Ooh,
that
yes, we
shit
need
is
that from you. We
cathartic as
need
fuck.
that.
I'm gonna do my little girls version of it. But
Y'all heard it here
then you get
first.
Cardi B. Then you get Cardi B, right? Her and Cardi B. Why is she beefing with them? Now, if I was Nicki Minaj, I'm at the Met Gala, and Anna Wintour is there. Some of the best people and everybody that's there, the who's who, all the A-listers are in the building. I'm there. I'm trying to be on my shit. I'm trying to just mind my own business. I'm not approaching Cardi B. And then Cardi B sends some of her goons or her girls get too lit and they come and attack bitches in my crew. And now they make me look like a ratchet bitch at a very, very professional event. Yeah, I'm going to be pissed. Nicki Minaj has a right to her anger with both of these two
But do
women.
you
But
think,
for
I mean,
some
I want to ask
reason,
you this
she's
because
considered a bitch for it. And the thing
so
is, though, Hiss
You
and
just said
Hiss and Bigfoot, Hiss and Bigfoot, that
that's
is
what I
our
want to get to.
version of Tupac and Notorious B.I.G. That is our version of Jay-Z going against Nas. That is our version of any freaking rap battle that we've seen
Do
in
you
the
feel
past by
like
any
there are no
misogynistic
boundaries
guy
though?
that
Do
we've
you
seen
feel
do a
like,
rap beef.
do
And we
you
don't
feel
ever
like
say, oh
when,
my gosh, this is terrible. I don't like it. And when Drake did it, I thought, oh my God, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life. This is the coolest shit I've ever. Holy crap, this is cool.
I just
Coolest shit
think
I've ever seen
like
in my life.
for me,
How do
like
you stay
I have
quiet that
always
long?
looked up to
So
Nikki as
I
like an
truly feel like
idol
it's a
for
good thing,
not even an idol, but like someone who I love her. You know, I love Nikki. I think she sets a good example for a lot of young girls in the industry.
right?
And I think that she could have ignored it. I think that she could have honestly went unbothered. And then for her to say the line, this is what I want to ask you about. How you fuck your mother man when she died? How you go on
Oh,
Yell King and you can't cry? Like,
oh, oh,
Nikki, why are you
oh.
bringing up this girl's mom and dad who passed and
Ooh,
you know
I ain't
this?
gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
That
I ain't
was
gonna
too
lie.
far.
I ain't gonna lie. That's the one line. That's the one line that does aggravate me because I damn near caught a charge when somebody brought up some shit about my mama. When I said, "Hey,
Right?
you a
I'm like,
bitch." When I said
whoa.
I said I said to somebody, "You a bitch," and they was like, "Yo, mama." As soon as I tell my mama I wanted to kill somebody, I was like, don't bring my mom up in the shit. She been dead for 15 years.
That's my thing.
Don't bring
Mom's
my
been dead for like
mom
10
up
years.
in the shit. Nikki, that right there, that was.
And
And I look, the thing
I
is though,
love
and here's the
Nikki.
problem too. I get
But
it, I get it, I get it. That's not like it bothered me, but at the end of the day, there are no rules. There are no fucking rules to a rap beef. She's putting it in her freaking music. She's not going live and saying the shit on her live. She minding her business and still getting to a bag. And yes, by the way, all of this shit is getting them major fucking checks right now.
right.
I'm not mad at two black women using beef to get themselves a check. I'm not gonna ever get mad at that. And not to mention, Nikki's already won. She's already the queen of New York. We know who the fuck is the winner. Let's just not even go there. But with Megan, I'm letting her do this because I'm happy she's doing
I'm
it. And I'm
letting
happy
her
she's
do
going,
this.
you know what? And she even said it too. She said, I'm gonna say this one motherfucking time and then I'm gonna be done with it. And I'm glad she did Cobra and Hiss because Cobra is like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. I don't like all this shit that's going down. And then Hiss is like, you know what? This is how y'all feel. I'm gonna shut y'all up. And if I don't shut y'all up, I'm gonna get a check while everybody running their name, running my mouth, running their
Yeah.
mouth. And Nikki did her a favor. Nikki used her fucking name in the song Bigfoot. So now every time somebody clicks on Bigfoot, somebody's gonna click on Hiss and Cobra. Every time somebody clicks on freaking Nicki Minaj's new album, somebody's gonna click on Megan's new
And I
singles.
think that's what
That's how this shit
Teresa was kind
works.
of saying, like
And now I
the
gotta get off
industry
live because my
feeding.
phone is about to die. But personally, I think this is the most brilliant and strategic and very, very dangerously like violent, cathartic rap battle I've seen in a long time. That this got me hyped like freaking, B.I.G. and Bone Thugs and Harmony and Notorious Thugs. This shit got me hyped like Drake doing the back to back to back. This shit got me hyped like I'm just all the rap beats that we can remember. Slick Rick doing his storytelling also just I'm 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 so happy right now. In fact, just because we did this subject
Passion
early,
for
just
me.
for me, I'm about to go and play both the Megan singles, and then I'm about to play Bigfoot, and I'm gonna go back and replay Nicki Minaj's new album just for me. I was playing Aaliyah, but now y'all got me hyped. I'm ready to play
Yes.
some roar music, roar time.
No, definitely,
Also,
definitely.
real quick, thank you, Katie, for having me on the show. Thank you, Teresa, for
You're
allowing me to go
welcome,
first.
Katie.
I really appreciate you both. I really enjoyed this. We got to do this again,
Yeah.
please, by all means. I have really
And
great
welcome
news
to
coming
Queens
up on the
Brave
way, so
Society.
let's do this again. You look gorgeous, both of you, and I
Oh,
will talk to y'all both later on the flip side. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure you check into these lives. Like, really, this is a great freaking platform, ladies. Make sure you tune in, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
all
All
right,
Bye,
right.
babe.
everybody.
Night.
Bye.
Later.
Okay, well, I just want to say, Teresa, also to you, thank you so, so much, beautiful, for becoming a queen. So
Thank
you will
you.
be getting stalked by a lot of the other queens because now I'm gonna make you guys official queen ratings. Hopefully we can have Maisha on another time. But do you want to say anything? How they can find you? How they can book with you where you are?
Yes, you guys can definitely find me on IG, Love More Holistic Health. You can also just click the link in the bio to book. And if you need makeup or anything like that, just send me a DM if you have any event that's going on, a
And she
wedding
slays it,
or a fashion
y'all.
show. And I do slay, and I love to slay.
Yes.
Also, I am going to be head of makeup for a show in Miami Fashion
Oh
Week.
my
So
God, you're getting all the tea.
if there's any makeup artists or hairstylists that want to be a part of Miami Fashion Week, it's going to be May 3rd through the 6th. Go ahead and send me a DM, and I'll make sure that I'll get you guys on my team.
And we will post this, guys, on Queen's Ratings, just so you guys can reach out to Teresa specifically, like she just asked, and get on her team because this is gonna be fire. Okay, you guys. Well, I love you, babe.
Love you
I'm so
too.
glad that we got to do this, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your night in person next time with wine.
All right. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye bye.
Bye.